What's up, you guys? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about what it's like to own a Tesla as a person who had worked at Tesla before. A little bit of background: I worked at Tesla as a production supervisor, production associate, and a production team lead, right? So I had hands-on experience on this very car, the Tesla Model Y, and also the Tesla Model 3. But today we're going to talk about the car that I own because now I live in it. I used to work at Tesla for 5 years, from 2019 to 2024. I was laid off on April 15th. I chose to sell my home, and then I chose to live in the Tesla to save money, right? To become financially independent. But this is just a perspective of a person who had worked at Tesla before. As you can see, I got the hat, the shirt, right? We're gonna go over today about the supercharging, how quiet it is. We're gonna go to Autopilot. We're gonna go to the screen, the interior, the exterior, the whole car. We're gonna give you guys a perspective of, how I built the car without giving too much information, because I did sign an NDA even though I was laid off. So we're gonna go through it. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next clip. Okay, so right now we're in the summer heat and it's in mid-July. So just gonna show you guys the interior of the car and the exterior, but first we're gonna start with the exterior of the car, right? So the hood basically has this thing right here. It's called a latch, and what the latch does is it secures it, and when you fold it down, you're supposed to press on it with two hands, one on the right, one on the left. The front right here has no engine, so you're able to put all your clothes. You could put groceries in here. You could put as many things as you like. We also have these seals right here, which the seals prevent any water from going in, so it secures the Tesla frunk. Then we have the door panels, so the doors open like this. Pretty much they have these two latches here, so they have one latch and they have a second latch. So the two latches and knobs, they pretty much secure the door to make sure it doesn't close. Also right here, same thing. They got one notch, second notch, and they have a third notch. Let's go on to the liftgate. So the liftgate opens like this automatically. Just press a button, and so you're able to open the liftgate with a button, and if you want to close it, press this button right here. That closes the liftgate. All right, we're gonna go over the interior of the car. It got really hot, so we're gonna go through this really quick. You can watch your YouTube on here, and it's like your home theater. So you can watch all your YouTube right here. It's loaded, and it takes a little bit of while to load, but it's great. So the driver's seat is like this. It's a nice grip on the wheel. Then you have the door panels right here. Interior panels, they have this kind of like grip hook right here, which is cool because if you're driving, you get to hold it down. All right, and then we get to the interior of the trunk. So we have these things called liftgate seals, and so what this does is it prevents water from going in. They're basically called like weather strips, whatever you want to call it. They basically prevent any water from getting inside the car. So if they end up going like this, that's called a not seated properly, right? So basically you just fold it over, smack it in, and then it goes in. It's around the whole seal of the car, so that way the car doesn't get that water in there. And then I also used to work on the interior of the trunk called the subwoofer. So the subwoofer is right here in the middle of the panel, well actually on the left side of the panel. And so that gives the sound. And then we also have these kind of like plastic looking things. But you just smack them in. They're held by pins in the backside of the car, and so it's pretty much that. Next up we have supercharging. So the supercharger is like this. It has a cable, and so you're able to put the plug in right here. So you just plug and play. It's so easy. Just plug the thing in and then it starts charging. So let me close this. Oh, we also have these welding points. So the welds right here are done by robots. The weld points secure the car to make sure it doesn't fall apart, but there's also some adhesive there to help bind the welds and make them pretty much not move, right? Okay, going back to the Tesla Model Y, it got so hot in the summer heat without the shade. So we're in the shade, we're in a tank top, still got the hat on, it's all good. But Okay, so we're gonna talk about the front of the car. This thing right here, these are sensors on the car. So anything is around the car. These are the sensors that will sense what's in front of it or on the sides. But in the recent models, they have taken this out, the sensors, just to make it a little bit more of a flush look. Okay, going to the front of the car also, this is called the front fascia. So the front fascia has a clean look, but it does get a lot of bugs on here. So I think it's like a plastic kind of thing, because like when you press on it, it's not metal, right? Okay, now we're gonna go to the exterior cameras of the car. The cameras of the car are on the sides right here to make sure they sense it's on the side of it. We also have the side repeater right here. So the side repeater sees anything that's on the side. We do have the front cameras right here. They have 3 of them. And then we have another side repeater right here on the left-hand side. And this is the, I think this is called the B pillar camera. So you have the A pillar, the B pillar, and the C pillar. And then we follow it up to the other side. So yeah, that's the same camera we were talking about. And those are the cameras of the car. We also have these hinges right here. The hinges keep the flushness of the car. So the liftgate is supposed to have this flushness, right? It's supposed to have a specific tolerance to them. I worked in this thing called body fit. Body fit is gaps in the flush of the car to make sure that it's within specification. So within spec, also, that's what they call it. So each of the cars are supposed to be within a certain tolerance, and if they're not, then and only then will they adjust it by doing some modifications to it, which I'll show you right now. So the body fit of the car can be controlled by this striker, and this striker is connected to this thing right here. So if you have a knocking noise on your door, it's probably because of this striker. And they hit it with a hammer and chisel to make sure that the door can either go up or down or right or left, to make sure that the gaps are good, and there's no knocking noise right here. So we'll go on to the front of the cars. So now we have the dash. It is this giant contraption that goes inside the car, and it's so clean that you don't have anything on the front of it or sticking out. It's just one big giant piece of slab of a dash. And this is the seat. So yeah, that's my perspective of the exterior of the car. I would do the interior of the car, but I don't really have that much time today, so we'll do that for another video. But the exterior of the car right there. Okay, so now we'll talk about supercharging. Supercharging takes about 25 to 30 minutes, charge from 20% to 80%, and you want to keep your charging at 80% to max fill, because you could damage the battery if you charge it to 100% every single day. But if you are going on like a road trip, stuff like that, you are able to put it on 100%, but just don't do it daily, because it's like charging your phone to 100% every day. You notice the degradation, is that what a word? You notice the degrading of the battery, right? So charging to 80% helps the longevity of the battery to last a lot longer, right? So you don't want to damage your battery. All right, so next up, we're gonna go to how quiet the car actually is. So when you're driving the car, there's no engine noise. The interior is actually really good for noise level, because it has these seals on the side. I'll show you. There's these seals right here, and they're basically like weather strips to make sure that, one, there's no noise, but two is no water gets in, right? So these things help deaden the sound. Like right now I have people outside doing some yard work, and watch, I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna barely hear them. So right now we're inside the car, the AC is not running at all, and they're like doing their thing with the cutting the grass and all that, right? And it's really loud, but look at this. You can't even hear them, right? So the interior of the car, it's like very, very quiet. Okay, and also when you're driving the car and you're putting it on autopilot, I'll show you right here. So you double down on this and then it'll engage the autopilot feature. And once you're in autopilot, I'll show you right here, you just basically let go of the wheel, and then every now and then you'll have to tap on the wheel or the scroll, and then you can drive without driving it. And it's every like 1 minute or minute 30 seconds that you have to like touch on the wheel. So that way it senses that you're actually there. It's not fully like completely autopilot, right? The sub trunk is a trunk that disappears when you put it down, and then you can't really see it at all. So another compartment right here, that's extra storage. But all of that is hidden in plain sight when you have it right here. And that's where I put my bed, right? So I really like the sub trunk feature because it's hidden in plain sight. Can't even see it at all, and it's super deep. It goes all the way to the floor. Super deep, pause. And then my seats are folded down right now. There is these two buttons right here. I like these buttons because when you press it, the seats fold down. Right now they're folded down, and I don't feel like pulling them up because we have work soon. So thank y'all for watching. Appreciate the support. This is the Tesla Model Y. I love this thing. I love it so much that I live in it. So yeah, being laid off from Tesla, but owning a Tesla, it's like turning water into wine, right? But yeah, you can fit a whole bed back here. I had changed the setup, so now it's my old bed, the OG bed, the one I had slept in at Tesla in the parking lot because I wanted to lessen my commute to work. So yeah, that is my overall video of the Tesla Model Y. If you guys have any questions, put them down below in the comments. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about the car, I'll be glad to answer all the questions that you guys have. Yeah, this is a perspective from a person who had worked at Tesla, so it's a unique perspective because yeah, I worked there for 5 years. So thank you guys for the support. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch y'all in the next clip. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. A little behind the scenes action. This is the Rode mic that I got, brand new. What's up, y'all? So y'all are on the Sony Alpha A7R Mark III, I think. So this is the behind the scenes. What's up? Okay, so a little update. We are in the mall and we are doing our editing and stuff. So let me show y'all the back end process of my work. Okay, so we have our chicken right here with rice, and also we have our vegetables. And this is the back end editing process. So I use CapCut in all of my work. And yeah, this is the workflow right here. Just showing y'all through the back end stuff. It's a lot of like adding stuff in, taking stuff out. And so I'm on my lunch break right now. Got the name tag right here. The Apple Store is right there with Sephora and all that. So yeah, gonna do some work right now for about 15 minutes, eat, and then go back to work. Yeah. Okay. Little update. I switched my bed back to its original OG spot because I made a huge mistake of putting the bed as a single instead of the, you know, the big space. Like, look how much more space that I have. Holy crap. I mean, just having a whole 2 feet spread out this way, and my head is now here. I have a platform where it lays down. So this setup right now, I was able to do when I was at Tesla. When I was camping in the parking lot, this was the setup that I had. So sticking with the OG spot is way more comfortable than what I had the setup earlier. It was so bad. My back is like completely hurting from that wooden platform. I don't know what I was thinking, but you know, we make mistakes and we learn from them.